There we go.
All right.
There we go. Lovely, lovely.
Hey, thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. This is Krasden episode 37, entitled "The King." Yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming back. Okay,
It's story time, isn't it?
it is
Who's gonna
story
tell us
time.
a story,
And you
then?
know what? It would be a great if it was story time with Joe.
Okay. So, when last I saw Joe, we had just solved some issues with some halflings and giants, and we had decided we were going to go to the forest. So I summoned a horse, and I don't remember if anybody actually remembered that. Okay.
Nope.
So,
Okay.
I don't know what happened. I twerked, apparently. That's all I know.
You made it. You made it twerk.
You did twerk, and it was very, very good. You distracted and really connected on a deep level with the guard that you were twerking with.
What context did the twerk occur in? Because, I'm sorry.
The context is more so towards the end of everything that happened. So essentially, Norm came, and we had a little conversation
Oh, I
on
do
the back
remember that.
part. And
Right.
then Norm took us to his house after first trying to free the horses. That was a whole ordeal with sending the horses in the wrong direction, but we got them back and everything's fine. We didn't screw everything up. So Norm took us back to his house, and I told him that we were looking for death. And then I described my experience with death, and Norm got super upset and scared. Because apparently who I was meeting with is not a chill dude. And we had to
Really?
put Norm to his chair, and then he died a little bit. And so
Right.
it turns out that if something happens to one of the three forms of Norm, it essentially sucks his life force out. It's like he made Horcruxes, and when one dies, a little piece of him dies, and so he's kind of dying unless we find Anal. Is that
Anal,
what we're looking
yeah.
for? We're
Anal,
looking for
right.
Anal.
His original name was
Oh.
Normanol, and every
Yeah.
part of him is a different version of that name.
Right. So he told us a little bit about the death guy, and I remember very little of it, which is unfortunate because that was kind of the part that I was involved in.
Well, apparently his name's supposed to be something like Miracle or something.
Yeah, Miracle.
Right.
Right.
And
Mhm.
and there was some he killed some kids or something like that, and they kicked him out of the celestial plane.
He was
So
in.
now he's kind of pissed.
I will repeat real quick. He was a celestial, a greater angel, and he was the celestial that was supposed to help people passage through death into the afterlife. Well, he thought, well, why even make him go through the pain of life? Let's just start killing them immediately.
Right. Get them while they're young.
Yeah. And so it didn't really matter. He just killed everybody, so they kicked him out.
And then Norm said that it was really weird that he let me live because normally he would just be like, meh, everybody dies. So he sent me back for a reason, which made me remember that he told me to stay on the path that we're on right now, because it is bringing him interest and he's entertained by it, which probably means that what we're doing is not so great and we should probably not be doing what we're doing.
Right.
Which to me translated as we should stop looking for the box and really just kind of forget about Baphomet in general, because I think that now this miracle man wants to set free Baphomet, essentially, and wants us to succeed in that, which wasn't necessarily our intention, but kind of where we were going in a way.
I guess we don't really know who sent the assassin guy, but didn't we think that was probably a cultist of Baphomet that originally tried to kill you and sent you to meet Miracle in the first place?
Potentially, it's
Because he said it was a guy in a hood.
Yeah, it's I think it's a goblin, and he knows me. So it's either, I think we narrowed it down to it either being Axum or this Dulce guy. That kind of are
Right.
part of the goblin resistance, goblin army business.
Hmm.
So all of that aside, Norm told Ori about some portals that would take him to other planes because essentially his other pieces of himself are on different planes of existence.
Right.
And so Ori went through the trash chute to a plane and found one part of Norm, the kind of douchey, like dad, like midlife crisis dad part of Norm. And
Norman.
then
Calls
Norman.
himself Norman, right?
He's got the buzz cut and he really likes push-ups. And then we tried to pull Ori back and the rope came back. And so I went up.
And they decided to launch a business.
Yes, because we then discovered that the rope was still connected to Ori when I went up to find him. And we're like, holy shit, this
We just
portal
reproduced ropes.
makes ropes out of nowhere. So we now have a thriving rope business.
Fuck saving the
We
world.
Found the item duplication sheet.
Yeah.
And then Ori and I went to the other plane, which is where Anal should be. And we called everybody else to join us because it seemed like everything was going to be okay. And so everybody joined us. And there aren't a lot of like humans naturally on this plane, on this particular plane. And so we decided to present Bagby as like some important dignitary because they recognized Bagby as a member of the like embassy of Krasden. So apparently goblins go here sometimes. I didn't know about it. But so we presented Bagby as a very important dignitary and we all sang Prince Bagby, and that is when Joth worked.
Okay. All of that seems to make complete logical sense. So,
If it does.
Directions from a satyr and a tree.
It's true.
Yes. Everything, one thing naturally led to another with perfect sense and logic, and everything made sense.
I'm
When
glad
you
it made
say
sense to you because it
satyr-
didn't to me.
when you say satyr, do you mean like the guy from Hercules or like the Jewish
Yes.
holiday?
No.
Okay.
I called him Phil at first, but it turns out his name was not Phil.
It was not Phil.
Ah.
That's
and
racist.
he was grumpier than Danny DeVito.
All right.
Should probably mention too before we go on that those things following us under the water were what was probably a kraken, because that's what Narm said. So it wasn't a leviathan so much; it was a kraken, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't really sound better.
Oh, and Norm
I don't know a lot about the oceans, I guess, but it doesn't sound much better.
Norm let it slip to Bagby that Umberly is 100% Duncan's mom, and Duncan doesn't know, and Bagby's the only one that does.
Okay.
I don't know what you're
What
talking
plane are
about.
we on? Are we on the Feywild?
Yep.
Sound of it? Okay.
And we traveled a long ways, and now we're in like this weird place that looks a lot like like it's constructed just like the city that we're in.
It's constructed in the exact same layout as the Adina Guard, only smaller.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It's quite strange.
The difference here is that there's plants growing out of everything, but it's the fucking Feywild. The All right. I have a beautiful picture up as a layout on the stream if you'd like to look. But the all right, so that's what we'll pick up. You're entering the city. Oh, seriously, it's really bothering me.
It's quite nice. Look at that, would you?
I guess I left my horse at Norm's house, we'll say.
Internally the layout's different. They've decided to do different, like, I mean, you're not entering on the marketplace as opposed to you would in Adina Guard. But the overall structure is basically the same. The buildings here are carved out of trees and rocks, and you there's the walls aren't as tall, and you don't see as much comings and goings because it's so much smaller. What you do recognize is that there's a heavy guard presence, all of which are elves. Everyone who lives here seems happy, but orderly, if that makes sense.
Right.
Also, of perhaps minor note, it is nighttime, but the moon is super big and super bright.
Right.
Unnaturally bright for nighttime.
Yeah, it's like, it'd be like if noon made everything blue.
So, where do we go from here then?
Well, we're standing by this fountain. I checked the fountain to see if people throw coins in it.
Ah. Do you remember how that turned out? Because I don't.
How what turned out?
The fountain? Oh, you're doing it now. I didn't know. I thought you said you checked it last week. Okay.
No, we're standing in front of the fountain. That's the first thing I think to do right here,
Okay.
right now.
Okay. No, there's not coins in the fountain.
Okay, well, I won't throw one in then, if it's not a wishing well.
Well, you could throw one in and then it will become wishing well because you just wished in it. Fine,
Yeah.
if you don't want to be the first one, pull out a coin and I throw it in there and I make a wish.
Uh-huh.
Right then.
And this is how we get arrested.
Hey! No littering! Comes from behind you.
Oh no, it's not. It's not littering. I'm just making the wish in there.
I want you to pick that up.
But it's me wish.
You don't wish in a well. Pick it up.
Fine. I thought that's what whales are for. It's wishing.
They're for
Reach in and
water.
grab 'em.
No, you don't
There.
get... now the
I got it
water's
then.
disgusting. What is wrong with you?
You told me to get. You told me to take out of there, so I did.
I'm watching you. The guard starts to walk
Sounds
away.
quite nice. I'll watch you then as well.
Is that a
I'm
threat?
Duncan, by the way. No, of course not. I'm just trying to be friendly.
Roll persuasion.
I've made a horrible mistake. I blame myself.
This is how we get executed for throwing a coin into a well.
If everybody else would like to roll perception.
I persuaded the shite out of him.
There you go. Listen, you're not from here, so I'll let you off just this once. But
Did
no
we get
littering.
3 natural 20s?
Holy shit. Rigged!
Why?
Patrick has seeded the dice roller. It's rigged. And then we got a 22. What was
I got
yours?
No, I haven't rolled yet. Hang on.
Oh,
Oh, God. I'm like, what the
I thought we had 3 nats.
No, I rolled a 10.
Okay, so we got
I have a modified over 20.
Morgan, what's yours? Since I can't
11.
see you. 11. Okay. So, Bagby and Joe, you're looking at this interaction between this overly aggressive guard and, pardon me, Duncan. Crucible and Ori, you see that all of the townsfolk, quote unquote, around you are sort of backing away from the situation. If they could have cell phones, they'd be pulling them out now.
Oh man.
Oh, there was about to be some police brutality. But Duncan talked his way out of it.
Thank you very much, sir. It's very nice to meet you. I'm Duncan, by the way.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you as well. Just behave.
Yes, sir. Right.
I kind of scoot up to Duncan. I say, "Looks like they're really strict here."
Aye. You know, it's got me thinking. Maybe that's what happened to your second da.
Is this second da or third da?
I don't know what order they are.
It's
So
the third part of the name. We'll say third. I don't know.
Maybe it's a third.
You know,
I don't know. I don't know
you
the
know,
logistics
it's,
there.
that seems like that would be more of a Norm thing. I feel like, and all probably it was something other than a minor faux pas.
Patrick's getting older as the stream goes on. Oh no, he's shriveling. Oh god. Oh no.
Are you
He
are you
used the
about to
last.
tell us about the war?
He used the last part of the monkey's paw. Goodbye, Patrick. Pretty soon the camera's gonna be underneath his nose, looking directly up his nostrils. Okay, I'm sorry. Wait, continue.
But yeah, I kind of do it. That's it. But all the same, we should be on our best behavior. So Duncan, I know that you're not used to people being uptight and everything, but you know, try not to touch anything or say anything about, you know.
About
Well,
anything.
let's just keep to the task at hand.
Right.
Don't flash anybody. Can we try not to flash anybody?
I'll just stand next to Bagby then.
Get rid of that.
She can tell me what's okay, what's not okay.
There we go.
What I'm saying this to Ori. What's Anal's personality? I guess.
Ori, would you know and all?
We got the. I don't think I would know him specifically, but I mean, I've gathered at this point that
You guys are gonna like.
kind of like he's the Piccolo to the Kame.
Wow, fucking nerd. Actually, that's not even true. Is Dragon Ball Z nerdy? I don't think it's nerdy anymore.
I've only seen DBZ Abridged, so I don't know what actual Piccolo's personality is.
Very similar. Very similar. He's
Son of a bitch.
well. So it's like, yeah, the bad that was originally in Normanol is almost exclusively in
Okay.
in Anal. Kind of.
Cat. Shut up.
Discord.
We thought we saw him watching us as we were the first time we were leaving the Elderwood, and we got a real creepy vibe from him.
Are
Very
they
dark
three
presence.
separate bodies? Okay.
I mean, they exist in 3 separate planes.
Honestly, I didn't know how that worked either. So okay. So it's like 3 separate people.
Right. Yeah. Norm is in our plane. Norman is in the plane of Earth, and Anal is in the plane of nature, which is where we currently are.
I will be right back.
Your cat's losing his mind, I guess.
So yeah. Now that Joe knows, he's been taken from. Oh, okay. Kitty.
Hello, Jack.
Cat will not shut up unless he has all the attention. So
And now he's trying to
Okay.
leave, so I don't even know.
I know. It's almost like he's a cat. Okay. Really?
So that is that's the extent of what we know, or at least think we know. But I'm guessing. I just get the feeling, and I'm not sure about this, that he's not as spacey as Norm. He it seems as though he might be more focused and goal oriented, if not being just a little bit of dark intentions. Probably not full on evil though.
And
Probably.
I'm sorry, I really should have watched last week's episode. But why do we know he's here? Because Norm told us.
Norm told us this is where we live.
He's
Where he
catching me
lives.
up. Like the first 15 minutes is just catching me up.
Norm
We're
knows
at
he's in
22
this
minutes,
plane.
Morgan.
Norm knew he was in this plane, and in our process of asking around, we found out that the guards had taken him to the city.
Also, the portal
okay.
you used was in his house. That when you opened the door, it was this plane. So, okay.
We understated that. We actually did kind of a lot of asking around.
Yeah.
But Tree
So I
also
guess we
told us
should-
that Ernest is somewhere around here. At least we think it's Ernest. Which makes sense. She lives here.
Didn't we think her father was the king? Or didn't she tell us that?
Yep.
Whose name is Bagby?
Tae'nel.
There you go. I knew she had it on the tip of her tongue because I asked her before we started. Okay. So now that you're in the city, where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
Well, we're at this fountain in front of the palace, right?
Nope, you're in the fountain, and so this would basically be, if you remember the layout of, and I'll show you again.
This is like a market square.
No,
Or a commons.
kind of. It's like a commons of sorts. If you remember the layout of Adina Guard, it's the same layout. Forget the. You can check stream for this, by the way. Forget the numbered neighborhoods, but it's the exact same layout. So you walk in, and then in front of you is another gate, and then in front of you is another gate, but they're all circular and closed for continually rising sections of the city.
And we're on the number 6 side.
Yeah, basically you're at the front gate there, right there at number 6. Again, these are Dina Guard's neighborhoods, but
So do we think he's been arrested? That means we should probably go find, where they take people who are arrested.
I mean, he's either arrested or Tae'nel is a pseudonym for Anal, and he's actually the king. So, one of two extremes.
Right. I'll keep my pants on, I swear.
Good idea.
Or should we just try to head in towards the center? See
Aye.
if we even can.
okay. Sure. Heading to the next gate farther in. It's directly in front of you, not overly far, maybe a few hundred feet. Yes, you're allowed to pass through that gate. They do, however. Yeah. Are you escorted right now?
I think
No.
we were, weren't we? Weren't there people coming with us because I'm very fancy and the princess?
Oh, I was saying we're escorting an important dignitary.
Ah, okay. Well, they don't check you at this gate anyway. They are checking any carts that come through or anything like that. They're getting a thorough check or anything with overly large packs. But you guys don't really have either of those, so Getting fast-tracked. Moving into the next district, you basically, this whole thing is uphill. The entire city is sort of like one progressive slope. Moving to the next gate towards the castle, which is my implication of what I inferred you wanted to do. This one's pretty much stopping everyone.
Is it a long line?
No, it's not, because it's not a lot of people trying to get in.
Aye.
Okay. So
So,
you approach.
right. I
State
was
your
told not to do anything. I was told just to stand there, so that's what I'm doing.
business.
I am Bagby of Krasden, and we have important business. We are looking for a man named Tae'nel.
The guards, and there's 4 directly right there, but 1 you're actually interacting with. Look at each other real quick. What business do you have with Tae'nel?
How versed are you in the arcane?
I'm an elf in the Feywilds.
Right.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Tae'nel is a third of what you would call someone who split his body into 3 pieces. And without him, one of the pieces is dying. And we need to speak with him and or bring them together to save the third.
Roll persuasion. Young Bagby.
The honest approach. Interesting angle.
Very
It
rare.
is an interesting angle considering Bagby's persuasion skills.
I have already rolled for it.
A 7.
I
She's
rolled.
doing very well tonight.
I rolled a 6. And that's with a +1 charisma. Well, perhaps the court should hear this. You may enter, you and your party.
Thank you. Come, entourage.
Well, thank you much. Have a good one now.
Joseph,
Yes.
are we an entourage then?
Yeah, I believe we are.
Never
I
been
don't
one
know what
before.
I don't know what that means, but I think we are. Yes.
Me
The
neither, but it feels nice.
Yes, it's nice to be acknowledged.
the guard that you were speaking to walks with you to the, well, you would assume is a castle. It doesn't look anything like the castle in Adinagard, by the way. This is a series of towers built out of trees in very close succession with intermittent and seemingly random walkways built between them. The entryway, quote unquote, is actually just walking down a set of stairs inside of this enclosure of trees into an open congress that you might see in like Rome or something like that. You hear this congress before you get to it. There's yelling. It's about half full with very nice looking people, all of them screaming at each other. At the far end is a tired looking but young elf sitting upon a throne, basically not paying attention.
What does this throne look like?
It is a twisting of what could either be antlers or carved branches of some sort, all protruding in sharp points, exiting in seemingly random angles. Very padded, but beautiful, and if somebody picked that up, it feels like you could stab a dude with it.
Good
I'd
to
like
know.
to roll perception to see if I see anyone that reminds me of Ori's Da.
Okay.
No, I didn't do well. I didn't do well. I didn't mind.
Hey, fuck that one up.
I would also be taking a good look around.
Sure, go for it.
Maybe not at the same time. We can get to the next thing.
I'm looking for the thing I'd like to turn. Oh, I didn't hear it.
As we walk up and into the castle, I say, I think I like this castle better than the one in Adinagard. This one's just,
No, we're not being kicked out of this one yet.
yeah.
I think I like everything here better than Adina Guard.
Because
Except
they're
that one
nice to
guard.
you. So
I was a Duncan on that one. I mean, I don't know why you can't throw a coin into a well.
Things seem a bit too ordered here. I like a bit of chaos, just a tiny bit.
you don't see anybody that looks like Norm. You are asked to wait there by the guard. He talks to another guard that was nearby, and then he leaves. And then the guard he talked to comes and stands next to you.
Are they speaking, the people arguing, are they speaking in Elvish?
Yes.
Okay, I do understand that. Just
Okay.
As would
remind
I.
me.
They're arguing about it's a they're arguing about what's the best way to make this succinct? They're arguing about they keep mentioning the human kingdom, and that their weakness is going to cause issues for this kingdom, and they should and then the real argument is happening whether or not they should help the human kingdom.
I translate this for those of us who can't speak Elvish. And I say to Bagby, not gonna lie, I mean, these ones are at least arguing about helping versus just taking them over like the goblins.
That is encouraging.
But Duncan, I mean,
Aye.
yeah, they are. I mean, yeah, they're kind of staunch and orderly and everything, but when you live, 1,000 or so years, you kind of get set in your ways on things.
I suppose so. But do they know how to have any fun here?
What was your perception roll, Ori? 17? Thank you. I said thank you to my own eyes, I think. The
Thank you, right eye. Thank you, left eye.
thank you for still working. You definitely don't see anybody who looks like Norm here.
Okay.
After a couple of minutes of arguing, the person at the throne looks up and seems to actually notice you. And
Is this the king on screen, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
And in Elvish yells quiet. And then he starts to speak in common. "'Tis not often we have a representative of Krasden visit. However, we have never had this one. Please, come forward. Heraldry The guard standing next to you calls out that you are Bagby of Krasden, representative of the great goblin city and her bodyguards.
Hello.
Hello. What can I do for you, young lass? And please say it's something more interesting than the 4-day ramblings of old men.
Well, first of all, I should probably let you know that this isn't necessarily official Krasden business, though it kind of is. It's hard to explain. But I assume if you know of Krasden, then you know of the Rite of Protection?
Aye.
Ta-da! It's us.
I do a little bow.
I stopped Duncan from showing his ass.
I wasn't going to do it. I was going to show my arse. Pants are on him waving.
He seems to grip the edges of his chair a little tighter and stands up and starts to walk down the stairs to you. Everyone else in this room is in ceremonial robes, very well dressed, gold inlaid, purples and greens. This one's in full armor.
That being said, this isn't necessarily negative right business, I guess. I'm starting to learn, we're all fairly new to this, and I'm starting to learn that people that knew of the old Rite of Protection maybe didn't have the most favorable views. We're trying to do good, honestly. So I guess you could say we're still pretty new and not jaded.
Stop. He gets close to you and gets down on one knee to be closer to your level. And then gets right close to your face. I will not give you no. I will be perfectly clear. He has committed crimes against our kingdom, and you may not have him.
If we don't have him, part of him will die. The good part. We understand Anal is kind of a dick.
He stands up. Then he will die! He starts to walk back to his chair.
If I might ask, what kind of crimes did he commit against your kingdom there, sir?
He turns around. There's a fire about his face now. He committed the greatest sin you may. He went against the direct order of the king, me. I ordered him to stay out of mine and my family business, and he refused. He was warned. That is more than anyone else in this kingdom deserves. Out of respect for you and yours, I gave him one chance. He broke it.
Well, forgive me for being so bold, but what exactly might your family's business be that he interfered with?
As soon as Crucible started speaking the second time, murmurings of the people, the council people, started happening. He allowed a member of the royal family to cross over into your lands. It is forbidden.
I know who you are. And I know that family member of which you speak. She's a lovely girl. Very talented.
He walks back up and sits down in his throne. I have made myself clear.
I will make myself clear. And she stands up to her full height of 3 feet.
He's walked back up steps to a throne. And
Who does not care.
puffing out the chest. All right, let's do it.
Your pride will condemn an innocent man who may hold keys to keeping this land safe. All of the shit that your friends were talking about over there of what is going on in the human realm, that part of Normanol might hold the key to keeping it safe. And your pride will be the one thing that breaks it for everyone.
Innocent!
It will be your fault when the human realm falls. And we will not forget it easily.
Your innocent Normanol caused all of this. So you will speak not of what you know, young one. Everyone else, get out! There's some argument amongst the council members. In Elvish. Get out, or I will bring the moon upon you! They all start to shuffle out like they're about to shit their pants. He stands up, clearly fuming, but trying to be kingly, you know what I mean? Follow me. Speak not till we stop. He walks backwards into one of the trees behind him. Leads you up a set of stairs to a large banquet hall. Now, this tree is the size of like a basketball gymnasium or something like that. It's fucking big. And this dining room is most of it on this second floor or whatever. Please sit. It would be unbecoming if I were not to properly feed guests. Food!
Right.
A bunch of people start running off to go get stuff. Miss Bagby, was it? You will sit here on my left. Someone get the representative a booster seat.
I'll just stand. It's fine.
They bring out like a cushion that's like that thick. We've had many of your kind. We've prepared. Wine, please. They bring out wine immediately and pour it. I know why you're here. And I know he's dying. But he deserves it. You're Normanol. The last time he interfered with the realms, I punished him. and warned him if it ever happened again, I would punish him. I would punish him more harshly than I ever would anyone else. He released your beast that ransacked your lands. Your Bathmat. What is the word?
Baphomet. It sounds a lot like Bathmat, so you can just say Bathmat.
That's what I've been saying this whole time. Why didn't anyone tell me?
Normanol, when he was one such being, thought it was a good idea to create a highway between the plains. Easy passage. So that we could trade. First I agreed. Trade with the humankind would be profitable.
Aye.
But he did not do his due diligence. And it passed through all planes.
Oh.
Something powerful came through. We closed and destroyed it. But it was too late. Many years passed. He had been dealt his punishment. And then the thing we thought was not to be worried about reared its head in your plane. Your right defeated it as best they could, and he redeemed himself. But he made another passage. And a king's word is his bond. He will die. Urinal sits in my dungeons as we speak. I am sorry. You may speak with him, but I cannot let him leave.
Your Highness, if I may, I have some questions.
Yes, and I am guessing you are his son. I am sorry, but I cannot bend.
The first question I have is, when he made the passage through the plane,
He's speaking differently because he's an elf.
plane, so he spoke. What now?
I said he's speaking differently because he's speaking in Elvish.
This highway you speak of, how did it end up going to unintended planes? Do we know?
I believe his exact verbiage at the time was whoopsie doopsie.
Yeah, whoopsie doopsie.
That keeps coming up. That.
Never stop.
Upon probing him as to what the whoopsie was, he made it too powerful. And despite simply putting a few planes on there, it in some small way passed through all of them. Only powerful things could use it from those unintended, but the Baphomet was powerful enough. It saw the opening and pushed the door open, as it were.
does sound like quite the unfortunate circumstance, but surely you in your wisdom can see that my father was of generally pure intentions, and perhaps I understand that your word must be final, and your word defines your right, your authority. But perhaps you could show a measure of compassion and at least allow and all accommodations which would allow for his other parts' continued survival, while it may still be a form of incarceration.
Perception, everybody. This won't need to be high. I'll continue. I'll answer you in a second, Ori.
14.
12.
Modified
10.
20. Modified 20.
Duncan, that makes total sense that it's Duncan, by the way. Airness enters the room and sits down at the far end of the table.
Oh, Ernest.
There she goes.
Yeah, there's a picture of her now. There she goes.
Again.
Ernest.
Without
Ernest.
looking up, he stands as she sits down and then sits back down himself.
I tried to stand quickly as well, but I'm too late.
It's like a half sit.
I would try and catch that stand up in the middle of my speaking.
She doesn't say anything. She just sits and somebody pours her wine. I understand what you mean. Looking across the table at Ernest now, glaring. But I cannot change my word.
Your Highness, if I may, what was the nature of his more recent infraction?
He sits back, still staring at Ernest. Dear daughter, would you perhaps like to answer this young man's question? She looks up. I paid for passage into your realm. It was for but to sing. You can sing here, daughter.
She's got a right beautiful voice. It's amazing.
Quiet.
I'm helping, Duncan.
You could have been killed. I was fine. You were in town the night the creature attacked. Also, Normanol's fault.
I'm sorry, which creature?
A kraken attacked the village.
A kraken attacked
Aenora.
Aenora?
It only killed one person on the docks. And if you were near the water,
Excuse me, I apologize for interrupting, but I don't know if that was exactly Narm's fault. It might have been my fault.
he looks at you. You can almost hear the bones in his neck start to pop.
I can't say exactly that it was my fault, but I can tell you that I might have upset something without knowing I was upsetting anything, because I was there in the lake and
Quiet. He stands up of his chair. Stand, boy.
Right.
This will hurt. And he puts a hand on your head.
Oh, okay. Oh!
I would like you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Right.
Do you get a bonus from Joe?
Are you within 10 feet of me?
Probably.
I'd assume
Okay.
so.
So you get +3.
So that'd be 5 altogether. Wisdom.
Ooh.
So
Very
19.
nice.
You did a great job, buddy. That's a no. Man. Okay.
He only takes 70 points of damage. Good job.
You take. That's 19 points of psychic damage. The
Is there
rest.
something special I should do for the psychic part of it?
No, there's just
Alright.
resistances and stuff.
All right, fine.
Essentially, psychic damage in the game is the one kind of damage that there's pretty much no resistance to.
Right.
Um,
So I've got a quite a nice headache then.
the rest of you just see him holding his head as Duncan starts to foam from the mouth.
I stand up and slam my hands on the table. I say, Your Majesty, please.
You will not move.
I have also hopped up at this point.
Me too, but you can't really see it.
Duncan, you
You actually get shorter.
Duncan, you in your for everybody else, and if you do something, you need to tell me right now.
Beyond what I've said, I've done, no.
Duncan lets out loud yells. But your version of reality right now is you're replaying that whole night in fast forward as if you were actually there.
Right.
The only thing that's different is the moon is really, really big.
Right. So I'm there. I'm talking to my mom.
Yeah, after about 20
Things
seconds,
done.
he lets go and Duncan drops to the floor.
Not understanding the situation, I'd be like, he didn't know what he was doing. There's no need to hurt him.
If I hurt him, I apologize. He reaches down and grabs his arm. Help me.
I guess I was sitting by Duncan, so I helped him up.
Sit him down. Where the hell's the food? They just start bringing in
Yes.
bread because they don't have anything else ready yet.
That's the source of outrage that seems appropriate right now.
I pat Duncan on the shoulder and use lay on hands to heal the damage. And,
You-
I say, Duncan, are you okay?
Whew.
You got a hell of a headache, Duncan.
That's probably the worst headache I've ever had.
The basic of it is he, with his pinky and his thumb, ran an electrical current through your fucking brain, through your temples, and read your mind.
Right. I had to play that moment over with my ma back at the lake. Oh. I think he was inside my head.
So he was just figuring out what happened.
I think so. I think he saw everything. Everything I saw.
He sits back down. See, I told you, Father! He had nothing to do with it! Quiet! He sits back down in his chair. I apologize to you, child of Erish.
It's all right, I suppose. You had to know somehow. Next time you could just let me finish my story, though.
I do not believe in the... It is a failing, but I do not often believe in the words of people of your plane.
I can understand that. I can. But sometimes you just gotta trust people. That's a much happier life that way.
Young man, I'm 872 years old. I'm not real interested in trust.
Right.
They start to bring food in, and
You look great for 874. By the way.
2. I ain't that old yet. Daughter, sit down here with us. You might as well be sociable. Why shall I? Fine, I shall leave. He grabs some food off the table, puts it on his plate, and starts to walk away.
I didn't know that we were done talking. Okay, bye.
He doesn't listen to anybody. It's not your fault.
Like I said before, 872, but his pride is going to be the thing that is his downfall.
It already has been. He blames himself for the whole, Baphomet thing. He gave Norman all free reign to do whatever he wanted, and yeah.
Doesn't sound like he's blaming himself.
He can't punish himself. He's the king.
Seems like there's an awful lot of blaming going on, but not a lot of, problem solving happening.
I agree.
It's good bread, though.
You should eat. I'll take you down to visit and all.
Right.
Man, I wish we could talk to him again. I have so much wisdom to just lay at his feet.
That was a quite right speech you made there, Bagby. I totally believe you. I absolutely would have done what you said.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It was really good. I heard it from my room.
I got a little loud. I'm not usually that loud. I'm sorry.
No, the amphitheater is designed to carry. There's enchantments on it that everyone can be heard.
Wow, right. Everyone heard. Oh, that'll be interesting then.
Bagby, everything you said was absolutely right. You really ticked him off, though. I'm surprised he didn't kill you.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't kill me too, but he needed to hear it. I don't give a shit how old he is. I don't care how long he's been on this plane. Living your life with that kind of blame and putting that on other people instead of accepting responsibility for your own actions, that is not a way to live. He must live in a very sad existence. And I wish I could help him.
Well, he is sad. He's angry and sad. That's all he is. I'm sorry.
I really wish I could help you too. It's not fair that he essentially keeps you prisoner here.
He keeps me prisoner on an entire plane of existence. I should be happy with it.
But it's not what you want for your life.
Yeah, well.
And he's your dad. You should be able to talk to him about that.
Oh, I've talked to him. Mostly at him. He's just...
They live a long time, they get set in their ways.
Yeah. He has an old elven phrase called, "You cannot change the surface of the moon." I know he's talking about himself when he says it. All right, let's go downstairs. Come on. You guys should get out of the castle before he gets super pissed off. She leads you down, back, out into that courtyard, into another tree connecting to the castle, and you start to go down a set of stairs. After a few floors, you find yourself in a dungeon. She orders the gate to be opened. It is. Along the way, you notice that literally everybody bows to her. And nobody talks to her. You get down there, and you pass a few cells, half of them full. You get to the end, and these aren't full. And you get to the very end, and Tae'nel is sitting at the end. Looks very similar to Norm. Better dressed.
Jesus Christ.
I was wondering what you were laughing at. And now
Wow.
No, you have guests. Oh, good. Kiddo, hey, buddy. It's been some time.
Hello.
He walks to the bars.
Yeah, I'm really not even sure how long. I would also walk up to the bars.
Well, you're bigger now.
Then it must have been quite a while.
Yeah. How's old Norm? We haven't spoken in some time.
You know, scattered, confused, kind of dying.
He was always the weakest among us. I was afraid it hit him first. Listen. If you kill the guards behind you, I believe I can escape.
I don't know. I don't know about our chances. But me and my friends here, that is not our way. But I promise you, knowing full well I don't have to. I believe that you know we will do everything we can.
I hear, baby.
Stubborn bastard king. He won't listen. He won't listen to you. He won't listen to anyone. He starts to pace around. You're supposed to help me here, Ori. You're my son. You're supposed to help.
I know. I will. We will.
They're mine now.
Those are mine.
Hey there, Lincoln. How are you doing? I saw you earlier today, except I was wearing a mask. You recognize me?
Was that the mask? You just had a hand in your face.
He wanted to play, but we couldn't play because of the
We're gonna
social
do a quick one
distancing.
because that
Right.
So it was difficult for him.
Okay, go to Mama.
Come here.
Give me a kiss.
You know, the next time we see him live, it's going to seem like he's grown 1.5 feet.
Because he probably has.
He's going to be playing some handheld hologram
80
game,
pounds
and he'll just like be
and about 3
So-
feet taller. Might be over exaggerated.
Whatever.
Like it.
All right. I love you. Have a good night.
His hair is getting crazy.
Yeah. Mama'd kill me if I cut
I'm
it.
not really one to talk, I guess.
All right.
How many guards are in the cells?
There's 3 down here.
Now, did he say that just to Ori?
Yeah, he probably would have, but you guys can roll perception, and I'll put it
Right,
at.
could have been in earshot.
I wouldn't be trying to listen in.
Yeah.
During
Right.
this exchange, Bagby is getting out her paper and writing a note while Ori talks to his third dad.
Dad number 3.
Dad 3, Dad 2, Dad 3.
Not third in sequence, but 1/3 of Dad.
1/3 of Dad.
1/3.
Right,
As
that
I see
works.
Bagby write something, I kind of address this to Bagby and Crucible. I'm like, you guys should teach me how to write Undercommon and read it sometime. Might be useful. I'm just making conversation to kill time.
Right. I'm trying to be
No
respectful
problem,
here.
I'll teach you the alphabet.
I can
This
teach
is
you
in
Elvish.
common, though. You realize what I'm writing is in common, though. Like, I'm not...
Yeah.
Bletham, Steffel, Batman symbol, Tahalum.
Yeah.
Alright,
sorry,
Ori.
your handwriting's a little different from.
Well,
Ori.
I'm used to crayon, but all I have is this, like, lead.
Guys, Ori's still trying to talk. I love you both.
Well, at this point,
Oh, I don't think that I would be
Jesus
listening to
Christ.
this conversation at this point.
You pile of shit.
It is his favorite thing.
All right, go ahead. I'll mute everybody.
Yeah,
else.
just turning away, I'd say, we'll do what it takes. We'll find a way. And I turn to the party, and I say, well, suppose I could try and throw the charm on the 3 guards in here in hopes that they just let us walk out, but anybody got any better ideas?
I have an idea. Ernest speaks up.
I'm going to say any idea that's better than pissing off the faking is probably a better idea.
Okay, that's not going to work for my idea.
What is your idea?
The charm I used to pass into your lands. It's in my father's room. I know he didn't destroy it.
So it's a charm that then just creates the portal we need, like right here.
It's a
and we can walk
necklace.
right through it.
It's a necklace. You wear it. You travel to your plane the moment you put it on.
Can only one of us use it then?
It's kind of a big necklace, maybe 2.
Could steal it, give it to Tae'nel. He can get out after we leave. Any luck, the king will just blame me.
Pretty sure he would blame all of us.
Right. As long as we're not hurting anyone, I could help. I could get behind this. I could help. Suppose that's what heroes do. What do you want me to do then?
Aaron, where's his room?
2 floors above where you guys had dinner. I could distract him, keep him busy. He loves yelling at me.
I really don't like you losing your only way away from this.
Oh, I've got time. That's what we elves do. Don't worry. I can figure something out.
Yeah.
I kind of owe him. Yeah.
Right.
All the same, thank you.
Ernest, is there, in your opinion, any chance at all of us convincing your father to let Tae'nel go?
You'd have to offer him something that the king of the Feywild would want.
Is there something we could do? I mean, I get that this is an idea it's much better than killing the guards, but I feel like it will create problems for us down the road.
So we could go on a quest for him? Right. I like this one.
The only thing that vexes him now is your problem with the orc army. He's deathly afraid of them. I don't know why.
But we know how to stop him, though. We do. We just got to find death.
The concept of death?
No.
Yeah, that's more like the personification of death.
Does that thing have a name?
Miracle.
Oh, like the Advisor Miracle.
The what?
Like what?
The
Excuse me, huh?
Say what?
He's the new advisor to Father.
It's always the advisors.
You're
I read this book
The
once.
Vizier. The evil Vizier.
I read this book once. It was set in a mystical land called Agrabah that totally doesn't exist in real life.
Definitely wasn't Iran.
And the advisor to the Sultan's name was Jafar, and he was a ginormous douche. It's always the advisors.
You read a book that
Always
doesn't
the
end
royal
in
vizier.
stuff jamming stuff into other things? I thought Bagby only read those books.
I'm sorry. The princess and the beggar boy got together at the end, and it was pretty steamy.
And a lot of genies get jammed into lamps.
It's fair.
True.
He's been on the council. I don't know if he's an advisor. He's from somewhere.
Is he a human?
Yeah, he's human.
He wears a lot of black.
Yeah, all black. He's really pale.
Sometimes, if you get a glimpse of his hands, it looks like his fingernails could potentially be claws a little bit.
I don't know about that, but he's really old.
I'm a little taken aback that elven king would take on a human advisor?
He said he's from Adinagard. I don't know.
Can we meet him?
I haven't seen him in a few days, but I could ask Father if he's around. Maybe you saw him. He's how do I describe him? Pale but dark-skinned. Like the dark-skinned like Drow. Black-skinned but pale, right? Ashened in his face cuz he's old. He has a beard. He carries a lot of books with him every time he comes.
Son of a bitch. I can't remember his name. I'm digging through my pack right now. I'm like, and I pull out the locator crystal. Like, who made this?
The
Anybody remember?
scrying crystal.
Oh,
We got it in Adinagard.
Juma?
That's him. Isn't it?
I don't know a Dumas, but
It-
I don't remember. Was I gone that week? I think I was gone that week.
You were.
you were. That was when Bagby's big adventure.
He was an old darker skinned guy with a beard and had a ton of books. I mean, it may not be him, but it fits the description.
I do think we need to go meet him, though.
I have to think of something fast. We don't have a lot of time.
Meeting someone's pretty easy. Or you just walk up to him and say hello.
How did you guys get here?
Through
Through
a
the
portal.
trash chute.
I assumed through a portal. A
It's
trash
funny
chute?
that you're the first one who asked us that.
They all assumed you come from Krasden, but I know you.
Came through Norm's trash chute.
Wait, are you joking?
I'm afraid he's not.
She turns around. Your trash chute is a portal? Well, I didn't want to say anything.
Oh, wait a minute. You could have avoided all of this if you had just told her about your trash can portal.
She's a princess. I will not put her through
You're
the
a
trash.
damn fool.
Maybe in Krasden they put princesses through trash cans, but not where I am from, miss.
Says the guy in a cell.
Pretty sure Ernest would not have cared if it was a portal that let her go to Aenora.
I wouldn't care if it was a Terrascue's butthole. What are you talking about?
You might care if it was a butthole.
I might care if it's a butthole. I'm just saying.
You might
I feel
care.
like we're a tad off track.
I agree. We're getting off track here. I mean, the forest literally has eyes. There might be some questions raised if she would have kept going over to Norm or to Tae'nel, whoever's host it is.
Can we go meet Miracle now?
Yes. I'll meet you at Anul's tower.
Oh, right. Okay.
Also,
So
if you see your father, give him this.
Okay. What is it?
It's just a note from me.
Can I read it?
Sure, if you want to.
Okay. Is it going to be making
Plausible
more mad? Because I
deniability?
was about to really go tell him off.
I feel like I wanted to share with him a old dwarven piece of wisdom that I learned at the monastery. So that's all that it is. It's just a little nugget of wisdom from the dwarves.
Okay, I will save it for him.
Do you want to know what it says so that like you can decide when is the right time to give it to him?
Sure.
There is an old dwarven saying that says, "Pride is not the opposite of shame, but its source. True humility is the only antidote to shame."
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. The only dwarf saying I know is drink until we don't feel feelings anymore.
Okay. You need to visibly leave the castle, okay? I'll meet you at the tower.
To meet Miracle?
He goes by advisor to Miracle, right?
Oh. Right, you're looking for him here. Follow me to Dad's room.
Okay.
I thought you were going to a Denagard to go after him.
I mean, we're already here. We might as well check to see if he's here.
Okay, she leads you to his room. There's a large set of double doors. She knocks. Bow when you see him. You didn't the last time and it pissed him off.
I did.
Yeah, the metal thing didn't. And I'm talking about Joe and Crucible.
I kind of look at Crucible like, I don't know which one she meant.
You hear behind it. I am not to be disturbed. Father, it's me. He opens the door. Yes, daughter, oh good. You've brought friends.
I bow immediately.
Samesies.
He's wearing what would be referred to as evening wear. You know what I mean? Something more comfortable, dressing gowns. Still regal, but...
Very regal, see-through 90.
Yeah. Something similar to what Morgan's wearing, only less it probably smells like cigars and cats.
Doesn't smell like cigars.
Okay, hookah, whatever.
I don't have a hookah.
Please enter. I have not enough cups for wine. I apologize for my rudeness.
That's quite all right. I understand we're intruding.
I wouldn't expect you to have 6 cups at the ready in your private chambers.
You don't see him on the weekends. I heard that, daughter. What do I owe the pleasure of your company?
I wanted to...
Yeah.
Go ahead, Phil. Sorry, Ori.
We as the right and doing our best to do the right thing. No pun intended. Have a secondary concern we must deal with, and we come to believe that there is someone in your close circle that we need to speak to in order to get more insight into handling the situation at hand. one advisor.
I
Going
have
by-
many. Who do you wish?
Advisor Miracle.
The old one from Medina God. Talented enchanter, that one.
Is he here?
Nay, I have not seen him in some time. It's been
Weeks since you looked at me.
God.
6 months, your time.
Oh,
I was wondering if you could look at something and see if it seems similar. I'm sure you've seen him do his work if you know him as a talented enchanter. I was wondering if you could look at something and see if it feels similar to his work. And I pull out the locator crystal and hold it out to him. Does this seem like something he had done?
What joke is this?
No intentional joke.
This is not a scrying crystal. The
I was afraid of that.
spell written on here is a locator for yourself. He hands it back to you.
Does it feel like your advisor's work?
Rudimentary, perhaps. He allowed me to find airness across planes.
Sure he did.
All caps motherfucker put in chat.
Yeah.
So, make sure that someone else can find us then?
Perhaps. Keep tabs. He'd have to have another side of it.
I hang on to it. I put it away.
Ernest leans down to Bagby. She takes out the note. You should give it to him now. Here, take it.
Okay. We also... Essentially, we want to talk to this person for something that could potentially benefit us both. You are aware of the orc army incursion, are you not?
I've sent ambassadors of my own to speak with their king.
We believe we know how to stop it. What I ask is if we are successful in stopping this orc incursion, that you also, I don't want to say fear, because I'm sure kings never fear anything, but if we are able to stop it, will you release Tae'nel to us? A mutually beneficial arrangement.
If you're able to stop the largest army I've ever seen, young Bagby, I will do you better than release all. I will owe you a king's favor.
And that includes releasing Tae'nel.
Yes, it includes releasing. Have you met him? He's such a piece of shit.
True. I do not disagree.
I'm sorry, young Twinkletits.
well, he was generally okay to me, if not absentee for, by my estimate, 60 years.
Right.
Add excellent father to the list of his many talents.
Still, his fate is connected to the one I know.
Also, I want you to have this. And I hand him the piece of paper. You do not need to read it now. It's just a small piece of wisdom that I learned at my monastery. I think it could bring comfort.
Thank you. You are much nicer than the one they usually send of your kind.
Oh, Nitma's terrifying. She's my grandma. Trust me, I know.
I do not speak of Nitma, though I have met her. She is intimidating.
Who do they usually send?
The one known as Dulce.
Really?
An arrogant little shit.
Agreed.
Apologize to your people for the little remark.
We're used to it, kind of. This might be an odd question. Were Doss and your advisor Miracle acquainted?
I'm sure they've spoken. They've been near each other many times.
Joe's knuckles crack.
And as a king, you would naturally have a way to contact your advisors should you need them, correct?
I have a series of enchanted parchment I can mail anyone at any time.
Would it be possible to set up a meeting with your advisor Miracle, either here or perhaps in Aenora?
You wish to ambush this man.
We wish to speak with him. We do not wish him harm, by any means.
You will sit. He goes down next to this fireplace. You're going to tell me a long story as to how an interest in my advisor will stop an orc army.
Do you want to read my mind? That might be easier.
This is going to hurt.
He's not wrong. It's gonna hurt.
As long as it doesn't hurt like a 45, I'll be okay.
I make sure I stand close to Bagby.
It's going to hurt a whole lot more than the last one. Go ahead and roll wisdom saving.
I will choose to fail because I'm not resisting.
Okay.
I'm doing it willingly.
24 damage.
I look at Ori and like, okay,
you
got this one.
Reenact basically the last 2 months in fast forward, which takes some time for you guys because it was 30 seconds for an evening. He sits there reading the poor Bagbies for some time. I have to pee. You guys act out what you're doing as he's doing this.
I suppose I'd probably go pee as well. As long as we're waiting there.
This would go horribly, but the first thing I would think to do, of course, would be to bring out Lawrence, who is going to start going right next to somebody with a headache, with a splitting headache.
Yes, but not for long.
I think if he's been around 872 years, you think he would have come up with a way to do this that didn't hurt so much. I don't know. Now we're getting a lot of lore dropped on us today. A lot of secrets.
Yeah.
I'm kind of proud of myself for remembering that guy.
I'm very proud of you.
And then we lose him.
Oh God. Those were the key words. If you tell him you're proud of him, he disappears because his purpose has been fulfilled.
Well, here.
Oh, there he's back. Good.
Camera not available. He totally
now-
lost his camera.
Well,
There he is.
I don't know. I must have bumped it.
You didn't really go away though.
Yes, I'm still here.
Wait. Go back and do that to the folder until Mike comes back and see if he can tell which one is the real Morgan.
Can I make my camera blurry? Is there a way I can do that?
Yeah, Vaseline.
Okay.
if you lean forward a little bit, your
Smudge it.
your face will be a bit more whitewashed. So, yeah.
All right. Bagby. Why is she dying? Oh, God, we've got... Okay. There's so many Morgans. Which one's the real one?
That was precisely the game.
Where'd Duncan go?
He had to pee too. He left right after me, so.
He had to pee.
Okay, so what happened was, in response to knowing that Bagby was going to be taking all that throbbing to her noggin, I went ahead and brought out Lawrence, whose wooing is definitely going to help with her headache.
Patrick's reaction to that was about the same. All right, sorry.
All right. After a time, he releases Bagby. Lawrence is continuously healing you, but it does not get rid of the headache you have.
Shut up, you stupid elk.
He pours you a glass of water and gives it to you. Drink. It will not get better.
Thank you. So if we're gonna sit here for a while, can I just put myself back up to 45?
Sure.
Or
Yeah, you're fine.
and can
You can
Duncan
roll the 10
back?
individual sixes if you want.
Yeah, Duncan can also be back up to full. That's fine.
I healed him, so
Yeah. I mean, he healed him
Sick.
earlier, but... Without speaking, Tae'nel starts to pace, wringing his hands. By the moon. I believe you. Though you have never met the Master Dumas, Bagby, I believe you.
Jamal was the guy we definitely met. You mean...
she didn't. She wasn't there.
Oh,
I didn't.
right. Oh, that's right. She didn't. I forgot. My bad.
It is his accomplice that convinces me.
Dolls, do you think?
No.
Oh. He's talking about
The bard.
Dangerous.
Teague. He's talking about Adris.
The face of the one you call Adris Teague
Oh.
is in want for the murder of the crone Hollowell in my forest.
Hollowell is dead?
She was murdered, slain horribly in her hut. I believed her too powerful to be killed.
I told you there was something wrong with him. I told you I didn't trust him anymore.
The only person leaving, seen by a hunter, was the one you call Adris.
That doesn't necessarily mean it was him, although we definitely have to find him and find out.
I find it no coincidence that they know each other and are so close.
I feel like Adris would have been able to tell that Dumas made nonsense for us, too.
I shall send a missive to Dumas Mirkul, asking for his immediate presence in my court. You shall wait. If it is the same person, when he arrives, I shall take him prisoner. Do you know where this Adris is now? He said he would travel to your Krasden to visit Alira.
Oh, shit.
Holy shit.
We need to get a message to her.
We sent a message that he was coming.
That he was coming.
But she wouldn't expect him of betrayal, so.
Well, yeah, of course not that. She just had a seagull coming to tell her that he was coming.
I look at the king. Can you get a message to Nitma?
Yes.
Can Nitma get a message to the goblins in Kraz?
If she is not in Krasden, I cannot send a message to her, but I can send a direct message to your city.
I hate to do this. But if you send it care of Axum.
Your general?
Mm-hmm. He and Nitma don't see eye to eye all the time, but I trust him more than I trust dolls.
I begin to see what you mean as well.
Lyra might need our help directly. How long before your advisor would typically return from summons?
I do not know his methods. He has come to me. I did not question his power.
While this is going on, I tried to pull Ernest to the side. Ernest.
Yeah, what?
The necklace, how does it work? Does it take you wherever you want to go, or does it only take you to one place?
No, so the planes are like, the way Anal described it is the planes are mirrored. It puts you at the exact point wherever you are on your plane.
So in this plane, we would have to go.
I always end up in the middle of the forest when I used it in the castle.
Right.
But I was near the river.
One of us needs to get to Krasden fast. If we can't get a note to her.
Father, they need the necklace. They need to travel to the other plane. I know it's not for me, and I don't want it for me, but they need it. Aye. It's not large enough to carry all of you. He reaches he pulls out a key, unlocks the thing, and brings out a beautiful opal necklace.
Who should go?
I'm the fastest and the sneakiest.
You're small enough, one of us could go with you. Should be someone.
Joe has a horse. I can turn into a cat. Or into a very fast cat.
I could probably get us there the fastest, Bagby, just because of the horse.
You will be in the forest when you come out of this enchantment. You know this, yes? And the Elderwood does not.
Can we go back to Anal's house? And would that take us to Norm's?
It would take us to Norm's, but we don't know how to get anywhere from Norm's.
He is
once we're
under
on the regular plane.
But can Norm send us somewhere?
all of his towers are under my kingdom, and I promise you, I can't tell you where they go.
But can Norm send us somewhere, though?
Norm's not doing well.
I should go with Bagby.
Right.
I can navigate the forest.
I agree.
If you can get to Norm's tower, my horse is still there. He knows who you are.
Excuse me.
Guards!
Very
Guards come to the door. Release the Anal Twinkletets unto these people's care. If he runs, I will search for him.
If he runs, we'll search for him.
Thank you, Father.
Right. What's the plan?
Okay, so the three of us are gonna wait for Dumont to show up, right? And the two of you are gonna head on back, I guess.
Presumably take Anal to his throne, take the portal, get on your horse, hightail it to Krasden.
Do you think, if he's back on his throne, could Anal just send us to Krasden?
Also possible, but we have the horse as a backup.
If
Yeah.
that's the case, should we all go? And then Norm can send us back?
We
Are
could
you
try.
still in the king's room?
Yeah.
Duncan was making walking motions. I didn't know if you guys had left.
Oh, I don't know, I guess.
Duncan might have started wandering off.
Right, I stop. What's
I
the
mean-
plan?
Clearly Adris is more dangerous than we thought.
You go. Handle yours. If Dumas comes, I will have him captured immediately. I do not
Okay.
care how powerful he
Okay.
believes himself. He is not more powerful than all of the Fae.
Okay. If we're wrong, I'll get down on my knees and apologize to him, but I don't think we are.
Okay, well, let's get a move on. Yeah, this is better. As Norm would say, we don't need to Scooby-Doo this shit up.
Just be wary, Your Highness. If he is this entity miracle that is potentially the embodiment of death, he could be far more powerful than you realize. Not saying that all the power of the Fae combined could not take him down, but just be wary.
You see that you turn back and see that he's holding your open letter that you gave him. Do not fear, my young goblin. He undoes his robe, revealing runic tattoos all over his entire body. He takes back steps onto a balcony that's open. For there is one thing more powerful than the death. And he starts to fly, and that is the moon in the sky.
As he does that, I'm like, I'm glad we didn't make him mad.
Everything froze right when you said that, and it was super fucking dramatic for me.
Right.
All right, so we haul ass. I assume the guards are going to get Anal and meet us? Or do we need to go down to the dungeons?
You'll need to go to the dungeons.
Okay.
Doing all the things.
You
Go
get
to the dungeon.
You get down to the dungeon, and three of the guards are beating the crap out of each other with their bare fists, and then all standing in the back. Yes, murder each other. Do it. Out of the
Wait,
cage.
whoa, wait.
What?
Whatever you're doing, stop. They've agreed to release you.
Oh shit. Sorry. sorry. They stop hitting each other. I am so sorry.
Right, this is a bit awkward, I can tell, but let's just keep moving, shall we?
Ori
Let's go.
Ori has frozen. I don't know if you want to tell him, Bagby.
I did already. He's
Okay,
working
thank you.
on it.
Thank you very much.
So maybe we just pause for a hot second.
Yeah, let's pause for a second.
Good, because I have to pee.
Everybody's got that tonight.
I've had 2 glasses of wine.
Can you guys
not
believe
frozen
that you could have met Tae'nel way back when you met Ernest?
Like he would have came to the real world or to our plane?
No.
Oh, we
No.
could have gone with her.
Oh, yeah. I guess we were discussing going to the Fae, weren't we?
Right.
Back then. Crucible is taking a pee break, maybe.
It could have been a very
He's doing
short
coke.
campaign. We could have.
Oh, there's several points where I feel like it could have been a very short campaign. Yeah, I think we could have. I'm glad we didn't piss off the king, by the way. Like both my character and Morgan are glad.
Yeah. That's
872-year-old,
super elf.
I was just thinking, I know
Effectively
Mike's gonna make
godlike.
it possible for us to do something real shitty to him and like accomplish our goal, but that's gonna bite us on the ass.
Oh my gosh.
We're good people.
This wireless, I swear to.
Do you not have that wired cord anymore? You had that long one.
Yeah, like 100 or like a 50-foot cord is pretty cheap. It's like $10.
Oh, he had like a 30-footer.
Fine. Before tomorrow, I will hardline my fucking laptop.
It'd be a nice thing to see if it's any better.
Yeah.
If it's not any better,
Almost
then we
has
know.
to be.
You
It's
know.
always the wireless that cuts out.
Right.
I had to hardwire my PC. It had like a built-in wireless card, but
It's just-
I had to hardwire it because it sucks.
Yeah.
Wireless is shitty.
No, my good Ethernet cable I have from my work desktop, and I can't unplug that.
Right.
Yeah, Chad and I hardwired down here a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so looking forward to going back to the basement, getting out of my basement. This is fun, but I'd rather do it in person.
It is more fun in person.
It is.
Saw Chad today, even though we both had masks on, and I didn't get a
Mhm.
hug or make out with him.
Yeah. No making out.
Dude,
No licking.
I
No licking.
love it when I hear people complain about wearing masks because I fucking wear one for 12 hours every
Yeah.
day I'm at work.
Right. Went and had my teeth cleaning on Tuesday, and you have to wear a mask going in.
Mm.
And of course, they're all wearing masks, but obviously,
Did we lose
she
Ori
was digging
again?
around in my mouth. So
Phil, are you doing a bit or are you frozen?
He's
I
frozen.
think he's frozen again.
He's frozen.
Hey Laura, where's your router at?
Across the room from where he's sitting.
Really?
Yeah,
That close and
yeah.
it's still crazy?
Yeah.
Is the
I just think the
PlayStation on?
card in his laptop just sucks.
Right, yeah, that's my guess. So wiring in directly or...
Does he have an Ethernet port on that?
No.
Again, I've got drawers full of cables and shit. I'm sure I've got whatever he needs. If he needs a 10, 20, 30, 50-foot cable, I probably have one.
Well, Mike just said he does not have an Ethernet port on his laptop.
Oh, he does. He does.
He does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he has a port. Yeah, I'm sure he has a port, but he doesn't.
He doesn't have a cable. I
Doesn't
think
have a
is the
cable.
big issue. He
Yeah.
doesn't know where one is or where his other cable is.
I think that's probably the next thing to try.
Agreed.
Oh no, I'm out of beer. I gotta go find some.
Oh no. How will you pee if you don't have beer? I kind of like the idea that Phil's doing an elaborate bit and he's just been frozen for like a minute.
Right, he's actually been able to hold that long. That's amazing.
Feels that good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, committing. That's most of it. Just commit. Just commit.
Glad to be back this week. Missed both Wednesday and Sunday last week. So.
Yeah, boo. I may do some research and see if there's an alternative to Discord for doing this. Zoom, unfortunately, is a 40-minute maximum for the free version.
I do have an account, a pro account.
You do?
Yes.
Interesting.
Do we need a pro account?
No.
Well?
No.
Interesting.
Try it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I also have a pro account.
And you guys can use your pro accounts even if you're not pro accounting with your workforces.
Mine is personal.
Is it?
Yeah, because we got it for the Frightcast.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, that is interesting.
We'll see how we could take a look at how is it very resource heavy, Patrick?
No.
Because Discord is chonking my PC for no goddamn reason.
Yeah, no, it doesn't seem to be anyway. I haven't ran the whatchamahooter
I mean,
task manager on it.
I had Task Manager up tonight, and it was over 40% CPU usage.
and that's crazy. That doesn't make
I mean, when I run shit. If you screenshot yourself, you don't have to hold that pose, Bars. No, it's like I run Steam games that don't take up 40% of CPU usage. So I have no idea what the fuck Discord's doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like I can be on Zoom and scrolling on Facebook, and it's super speedy. And the minute I open Discord and use the video function, it's like glacier pace.
Wow. Who's Snikov 8?
Somebody I deleted.
Snikov. What do you
A
say?
bot?
I don't want to know.
It was a bot.
Oh, it's a bot. Okay.
Yeah.
Snikov.
It wanted us to get famous fast.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But don't you want to get famous fast?
Sorry, Bars. We're waiting on. Well,
Twinkle Tits.
Twinkle Tits.
Feels is broken. It's so broken.
I constantly forget with how serious occasionally this campaign gets that his last name is fucking Twinkle Tits.
Oh yeah.
Is every character Phil's made a pun?
Yeah,
A pun variety?
pretty sure.
Van wasn't. Well,
Van wasn't.
Van was just a legit Van Helsing.
Yeah. That's edging close. It's a reference, I guess.
I love edging.
Yeah, Chad, if I believe I can make you a user in my Zoom account.
Really?
So I can do that and you can mess around with it.
Yeah, I'm down with that. That'd be if that's
Okay.
if that's something you can do, we can play with that and see if that's going to
Cool.
be any better or easier. Sure.
Just
Thank
DM me your email address.
Okay.
I wish I knew what was happening over there.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit more of that.
What is it? Oh, look at that little robot arm. What is that?
Yes, I'm making articulated fingers for a creature for a short, so that when you bend your fingers, it bends the thing as well.
Nice.
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 Things we do in quarantine.
You can make Mir cool.
There he is.
Yeah, look at it, beautiful.
It's
I swear to fuck, it is only Discord that does this.
Yep.
Everything else I run on this computer,
yeah.
no interruption to connection.
We were just talking about playing with Zoom instead of Discord. So
All right.
we'll see what happens.
So where were we?
I am fucking hardwired in now. It should
Lovely.
stop fucking up.
It's actually not stuttering at all, so it does look better than it has for the rest of the evening. So,
Right, here we go.
okay. You had just stopped Tae'nel
Anal?
from
We just stopped Tae'nel.
A&L from basically having the guards kill themselves. And you explain what's happening to him.
Aye.
Oh, great job, kiddo. He slaps you on the shoulder. I don't know. Is there hugging here? I'm not.
For now, let's just get out of here.
Great. Yes. I'm more comfortable with that too.
Just to make this clear, you're not really off the hook. You're more just being released into custody.
We
Yeah,
just need to
whatever.
Get you home.
Yeah. That sounds totally fine. Yeah.
I don't think you understand what that means. It means you can't just leave us.
Uh-huh.
Right, let's go then.
All right. We don't have time to waste on this.
So you leave the city. Do we run all the way back to his tower?
Yeah, I guess, unless can we rent horses in the city? Or elks? Can we ride elks?
Or an enchanted carriage made of a pumpkin.
You could ride elks because you have the princess with you, and she would order the stables to give you some fucking mounts.
I considered making my mount an elk.
They're cool
Yeah,
looking.
Yeah.
No, do moose. They're so big.
No, we're gonna have an army of Lawrences, except these ones are real.
People don't realize
They
how
don't-
big moose are. I'm fairly certain
don't
people don't realize how
quite
big moose are. They're so
I
big.
saw a GIF of one, and it was like the size of a semi, like
Yeah.
as high as a semi. Like
Yeah.
it was ridiculous.
It's like halfway up his torso is the top of most SUVs. Like, it's fucking massive.
And they got spindly little legs. So when you hit them with your car, they just fall right on.
They just
When
kill
I was
you.
a kid, we went on vacation driving from Nebraska to California. Of course, we had to go through the mountains. And the entire time we were driving through the mountains, my dad kept saying, I'd like to see a moose. I would like to see a moose. I would like to see a moose. We
Uh-oh.
were constantly to the point of we hated listening to my dad. And finally, on the way back from California, rounding a corner in the mountains, Dad has to slam on his brakes. We go sliding sideways because there's a big fucking moose in the road. We stop, it's like that National Lampoon Vacation. All of us end up in the front seat. And we sit there for a minute looking at the moose, and my dad goes, I want to see a bear.
No.
That's funny. That's funny.
You went, I want to see $1 million.
$1 million? Are you kidding me? Do you have any idea when Patrick was growing up?
Yeah, that would have been like $3 billion now.
All right. So, yes, she gets you mounts. You go flying back down that highway towards his place. And everybody roll animal handling.
Never gonna use this skill. And I got a 10.
Oh, your big time to
Oh,
shine.
no.
and you fucked it up.
Oh, no. We're not doing well. We're not doing well.
I got an 8.
Is Bagby would be riding with someone though, right? Or do you have like a tiny calf, like a moose calf?
Oh no, I'd be riding with someone
Okay.
for sure.
A
Baby
16?
moose do 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 do. Okay.
I'm doing fine.
You
What are we rolling? Sorry.
animal handling.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully Bagby was on my moves.
That's a natural one. So immediately Bagby and Crucible get bucked. You each take 4 damage. The
It's not a buck, it's a moose.
Or male moose bucks. I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't know if they're does and bucks.
Adris looks back at you. Would you stop messing around? Aranis, sorry.
Why the fuck is Adris here?
Aranis. Aranis, sorry.
Get him!
Thanks to the magic of the GM fucking up.
Yeah.
He's teleported right to us.
Aranis.
I'm sorry. It's like none of these folks have ever rode on a moose before, eh?
It's okay. I got it. They're basically like horses.
Bagby and Crucible, what do you do? Since apparently you can't fucking ride.
Well, I was riding with somebody.
Okay, you're getting on with somebody. Okay. Crucible,
Yeah,
what do you
I
do?
wouldn't be able to handle a horse by myself. No way. So I would have hopped on someone's horse. Probably Joe's, because he's usually the one who has a horse.
Yeah, I think I gotta pick myself up, brush myself off, and, well,
Right back on that moose.
start all over again.
Try again. Go ahead and roll again.
Now to try the same thing again.
This time,
Okay.
23. Look at him. Look at him. Nailed it.
Like polar opposites.
Everybody golf clap. All right. Everybody masturbation noise. You all ride down the road, and you get back to Anal's hut tower thing. The crossing by the Satyr village. Duncan gets a big loud, "Hey, fuck you, blue guy!"
Oh, great. We've got a hey, fuck you guy in this, too, huh?
That's not very nice, is it?
Hey, fuck you!
Cunt!
That's not how you handle things around here, Duncan. The proper response is, hey, fuck you!
Well, I couldn't say that. That's terrible. I couldn't say that.
You said the C word, dude. All right.
We're not gonna split hairs over whether or not and when Duncan said the cunt word.
All right. You get back inside. All right, everybody. You're in. Turn to the right.
Right. Turn to the right. Right.
Okay, in we go. Self-yeet.
Bagby, right before you're about to jump in, Aranis grabs you. Tell me not to jump in with you.
Don't come with us. I promise you I will find a way for you to have more access, to be able to go freely with your dad's permission.
Yeah.
But now is not the time.
I know,
And
I
what
know.
we're about to do is incredibly dangerous, and I do not want harm to come to you.
Okay. Yeah. Have a good trip.
Stay safe, princess.
I'll do my best.
While we're gone, they can order Taco Bell.
You all,
Right.
everybody roll acrobatics as you come
DoorDash.
shooting out the other side.
Does DoorDash deliver to the Feywild? Postmates?
Honestly, I have no idea how Norm does it.
Acrobatics?
12.
Right.
Yep.
17.
Now, we've known for a while that Crucible is not the most graceful kind of guy.
Indeed.
I knew it was coming. I knew the
Crucible
bad roll was
takes
coming.
one more as he lands on his butt, and or you also take one more.
Oh, it's okay. My wrists are fine. My face mostly broke my fault.
Right. Okay. Whew.
Okay. I think we should talk to. I guess we got to see if Norm can transport us there.
Norm, you doing all right? Dad?
Actually, I look around to make sure Anal is with us.
Huh?
Is
No,
Anal
Anal
with us?
stayed and went to his chair in his own place. He
Oh,
told
is
us
that what
to
he's
go through
supposed
the
to do?
chute.
Anal,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
maybe I was making this unclear. They cannot leave their realms.
Oh, okay. So he just went to his chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that Norm would hopefully be strong enough to help us if he's not in a stoned out coma.
Or you go looking for Norm.
Yep.
You see him asleep on his chair. He's got a large woven blanket with a
Half-eaten quesadilla.
creature, design of a creature on its, like a yellow rat with a weird lightning bolt tail.
Is that a mouse rat blanket?
Yep, that's what it is. Sure.
Even I know that reference.
Oh, is it Mighty Mouse?
No.
Pikachu, you dumbass.
Oh, Pikachu. I thought like it was a rat or a mouse and there was a lightning bolt emblem. You know what? I'm fucking this up. It's fine.
Fun fact, I used to record Mighty Mouse cartoons on VHS tapes, and I definitely recorded over some of my like childhood home videos of Mighty Mouse because I was obsessed with Mighty Mouse. There's a home video of me as a small child running around my backyard pretending to be Mighty Mouse and like yelling out things like, "It's okay, Pearl, I'll save you." I loved Mighty Mouse as a kid.
Here I come to save the day. She's doing the whole song now. It's gone. All right.
I'll let the trumpet players play.
Does this song do anything to rouse Norm?
No. Do you go up to him?
Yeah, I would kind of like try and like shake him awake.
Hey, kid.
Hey, Dad, we got an all back from a prison in the castle, and we're back here, and there's danger at Krasden. The guy we thought we could trusted is going to possibly kill Lyra. We need to get to Krasden right away.
Anal's told me everything. Stand in front of me, all of you.
Oh, okay then.
You're like, Norm, watch out in case Adris comes near you, okay?
I will be safe.
I hope you feel better.
I'll be fine. Be careful, kiddo.
Always.
And Norman says eat more grains.
You know, I try. They're just not readily available a whole lot of places, but you know, we really should get going. I'm sorry.
Constitution check.
+3. Oh, check or save?
Check.
Okay. So you do not get the +3 from me. Is this everyone? Or
Yep.
Okay. 17 for me.
Ooh, Chad.
Oof.
10.
Just
7.
16. You know, traditionally Duncan doesn't seem to do well with getting taken apart and thrown to another location and put back together again. I don't know what his issue is.
Has never gotten seasick once in his life, but teleportation, that's what gets him.
Gets me every time. We
All right. Both Bagby
I gotta get
and
away.
Duncan, for the next half an hour, you basically have vertigo. So stuff like athletic, anything,
over Joe.
physical checks, and anything to perceive the world around you are going to be at a disadvantage. Sorry.
Duncan, you turned to look at me before you did that.
Dex save.
Yep, that's it. No, he called it. Dex save, go.
Oh shit! All right, so 18 because I rolled a 15 for some reason.
You take the perfect step back in time, and this time your mouth was closed.
Sorry,
And
sorry,
that one.
sorry. Oh, I don't like doing that.
Anyway, where are we?
Perception. Sparabell, rate
Holy shit.
of 3. Thank you.
Dirty
Charisma.
20.
Charisma vomit cloud.
Sorry there, bud. It was necessary.
Dirty 20.
7 because of disadvantage.
14 disadvantage.
27.
Does the roller count for disadvantage, or do you just have to roll it twice?
Roll it twice.
Okay.
So, Bagby, Ori, and Joe, you looks familiar where you're at, but you're not quite sure. Duncan and Crucible,
I got a dirty 20.
you got a dirty 20. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, then you're not included in the previous. You're included in this.
Okay.
You're aware you're just north of town on the cliffs. Crucible and Joe, you see a thick black smoke coming up from the direction of the town.
I left my horse at Norm's.
So, guys, things don't look good towards town.
Go.
It's
Just
like
go.
something's burning
I'm
up.
already running. Fuck.
Go.
Yeah, I'm gonna start running.
Very sorry. I'm sorry. That is not how Ori would have done that.
Oh.
He would have been crap.
Now you've upset the dog. You've upset the dog, Philip.
I'm sorry.
You run into town.
If you want me to roll athletics, I got a 25 in athletics.
You sure if you'd like to really sprint your ass off?
Yeah. Well, it's my home burning. Potentially. I mean, it's my hometown.
Yeah, I got a 4 in athletics, so I'm moving pretty slow.
Glad we could volunteer to do this roll.
Yes.
So,
15 with my disadvantage.
Athletics, Bagby. How are you doing so well with disadvantage, you fuck?
I know. Rolled a 19 there, but it's 15 the other one.
So Duncan and Joe get there pretty quickly. You guys, Crucible, you probably stayed behind to help a very groggy Bagby through the rocky outcropping. And Ori, I don't know what's keeping you. The I don't know.
I slip in the vomit.
Yeah.
As soon as I start running.
Yeah. All Crucible and Joe can hear behind him is coming down the main road, that ramp from the cliffs heading into town, if you remember the map for town.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
As you enter town, you see nobody around. A quarter of the buildings are mostly burned. And there's blood on the cobblestone in the main square.
Are there There's no bodies.
No, you do not see any.
I
would,
go straight for Lyra's.
Right.
yeah, I would as well.
I will say that the smoke is coming from the council building. Towards the council.
I would go there then, because I'm worried about Councilwoman Jacobs.
Council Hottie Jacobs?
Yes.
I'll follow Joe.
Okay.
Go find Lyra. Go find her.
Well,
Joe.
You two would get to the council before then. As you're pulling up, there's a large pyre with a lot of townspeople around it, including Jacobs. She turns and she sees you, Joe, and she just like runs at you and gives you a giant hug. She's crying.
Yeah, I would just hold her. And while I'm doing that, I'm looking around, like trying to see.
The pyre
what happened.
The pyre is a funeral pyre.
Right.
Perception, Duncan, and Joe.
I'm pretty upset. I didn't do very well. 3.
You're distracted.
Yeah.
8 with disadvantage.
I'll say neither one of you. You recognize most of the people in the crowd, obviously, because you've lived there forever. But you don't see any other members of the Rite. And you don't see... There's just a... It's just you see townspeople, basically. But you don't see any other members of the Rite. Bagby...
Well, Lyra or Tara or Lyra? Either see
they're not there.
Right.
That you can see. I mean, you didn't roll well.
Understood.
Ori, Bagby, and Crucible. You arrive at... what's the fucking name of her bar?
Mara something?
The Spirit of Mara.
Spirit of Mara.
Thank you.
Spirit tomorrow.
You arrive at the Spirit of Mara, and the door is off its hinges in the street. You go in, yes?
Yes.
You see the bar totally thrown upside down. Broken bottles all over the bar. Tables, chairs destroyed. Burn marks, giant gashes in the walls. But you don't see any people. Perception, E3.
$26.
26, 16. Not Ori, but Bagby and Crucible, you hear footsteps upstairs. Crucible, you would specifically know it's in Lyra's and Tira's quarters.
Bagby and Ori. I'm not seeing anybody around here, but I'm hearing some footsteps upstairs in Lyra's quarters. I start heading up the stairs.
Let's go.
You get upstairs. The door to Lyra's room is open. It's not in better shape up here. poking your head in, you see Lyra and Tira on the floor. Both of them tending to bandages on a person lying there.
Do I recognize the person?
You can't see who they are right now. Lyra turns around. Oh, God! You scared the shit out of me, Crucible. Don't do that.
What's going on? What's happened here?
We were attacked. The town was attacked again. Can any of you, do you know healing?
Yeah. I would go in to help. If I have to do a medical thing, since apparently he's being bandaged, that's fine too. But otherwise, I would use healing.
When you get
And
close, it's
also-
Adris.
Yeah, maybe I don't.
Crucible's like, yep, I can heal him.
I would kind of like when I get up to him, I just kind of freeze. It's like, is he conscious?
No. Doesn't appear to be, anyway. What are you waiting for? Help him!
How did Adris get like this?
The same way everyone else got like this. There was a thing that attacked the town. I don't know what it was, but it was like a shadow. It happened at night. It happened at night a day and a half ago.
Was it the same time he arrived?
No. 2 days after. No, it's just, he'd been here for... What are you implying, Ori?
We have reason to believe that he's turned, but Bagby, can you explain this? I'll help him, but we need to keep close guard on this guy.
We've just come from the Feywild.
Well, that's a bold thing to just say.
Well, I feel like you of all people we can be honest with.
You've changed your tone. Thank you for that.
I've grown up a little. I was angry before.
On screen is Lyra.
We spent some time in the Dinagard with Adris.
Yeah, he told me. Told me he had a fight.
We, after comparing notes with Tae'nel in the Feywild, we have reason to believe he's connected to another man. Did you say his name was Dumas? Dude?
Yeah. Yes.
Dumas? Who also goes by Miracle, who also could potentially be the embodiment of death.
Oh,
Many
kid, you gotta
followers.
slow down. What?
There's a lot. There's a lot here. Just trust us. We have reason to believe he may have... I think he may be looking for a way to free Genevieve.
She kind of rears back and stares at him. He was damn near dead when we Got him.
Looking at him, can I get any information on what wounded him?
There's a few things. You can roll medical first and foremost.
Okay. Alright, 7 in medicine. Just need to not crit fail.
The things that hurt him are the parts that are bleeding.
Oh, I hadn't rolled yet. My roll is that 25.
Oh, I thought you said 7. I'm like,
No, I said all I need to do is not crit fail. I
Okay,
have a
okay.
7 bonus.
Okay. I'm sorry. 25. He is suffering from burns to a lot of his body, as well as one very sharp object. From what you could tell, it sliced him across his stomach and both arms. It looks like he had his arms up in a defensive posture, right? And it got him across the midsection and both forearms at the same time.
Yeah, looks like he got burned and something tried to eviscerate him where he stood. Are all his guts inside?
Well, they are now. Yeah.
Okay, I would just run a healing balm of the summer court.
It's a good thing magical healing takes care of infection.
It's a bar. I'm sure they had plenty of disinfectant.
Yeah, because that's how that works.
right as you put up your hands to start casting, Lyra stops you. We've already tried.
What do you mean you've already tried?
Dave from the docks. The Umberly priest. He tried. It doesn't work.
Well, by conventional means, I mean, he's bandaged. We just need to not move him. Do I see anything else I can do from a medical standpoint?
Yes, with a 25, yes. You would be able to recall some herbs that you would have in your shop, presumably, that could be used for both disinfectant and just sort of healing from an alchemical standpoint.
Okay. I have some things at my shop that could help.
I recategorized. I'll have to come with you. Tira says.
Okay, yeah, Tara, I appreciate that.
Takes over and reorganizes all his shit.
I'm sure it makes a whole lot more sense now.
Okay, you guys leave to do that. Bagby and Crucible, would you like to say anything?
I've got nothing to say at this time.
Okay.
But I am keeping my eye on this bastard.
Crucible, does your entity give you anything that could keep him in some sort of state?
Nope. Direct Passover.
Crucible, based on your previous perception check, you would see, because Adris has basically been derobed, right, to heal, to bandage him. You see his pile of stuff in the corner. You recognize the robes.
I go dig through his stuff. So this will be investigation.
Mm-hmm. Natural 20. Seriously. All right. Crucible, I would like to ask you, you are the one who's been reading Genevieve's books. Yeah, Genevieve's notes, yes?
That is correct.
Lay down the knowledge then.
So, going through, you find some things of interest. First and foremost, a secondary journal from Genevieve, one that you have not seen. This one, because you've studied the previous one, I'll give it to you because you're also a magic user. The whole thing is one spell. It's a book that is one spell. The rest of the things are kind of mostly inane objects. Clothes, picture of Jenny, some rations, sewn into his pack. You see the sew marks on the inside. You tear it open. It's an exact copy of the scrying that Dumas gave you. And at the bottom of the pack are two spheres that look identical to the seeing sphere that Ori was given. You now, due to your investigation, believe that either Dumas or Adris are capable of making those seeing spheres. Cut back to Duncan and Joe. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, looking at the book, at the new journal, does you recognize what the spell might be? I realize it's a long book.
You know Undercommon, yes?
Yes.
Which is what it would be written in. You're not sure what it would be, but it's titled The Key to the Vault.
All right.
Valley Girl Kant.
Okay, cut to
Duncan and Joe. You've sort of joined them in their prayer. The one of the lesser preachers from the moon goddess temple in town is leading prayer. During this time, you've been told that in total you lost you lost 16 people to the town. And everyone's story is sort of the same. Came at night. There was a large black shadow. And it didn't just kill people. It burned and eviscerated people.
It's that shadow.
Do we remember where the guards that were attacked, were they burned? Like the guard captain that we found?
He had burn marks and a large gaping slash wound across his stomach.
I knew he was cut up, but I couldn't remember if he was burned. Okay.
He had burn marks on his armor.
So I guess it's not confined to Identiguard.
If it was, it's not anymore.
I asked Councilwoman Jacobs, did Adris come here?
Yeah. Should probably put up the picture of Jacobs, but yeah, he's been here for a few days now.
Forgot that was her voice. My lovely lady.
Hell yeah, she hot.
Yeah.
She's on screen. I put her on screen.
I mean, she's pretty
I
hot.
see that, yeah.
She's got great hair.
She's deadlifter hot. You know what I mean?
Is he still here? You know where he is?
Yeah, the Lyra's been taking care of him. He got hurt bad.
He was attacked?
He almost died.
All right, am I out of earshot of everyone else, like except Duncan, I guess?
Sure, you could
We're
have
just kind
drawn him over
Okay.
to the side.
Duncan, you can come with if you want. I'm not trying to exclude you from the conversation.
I follow then.
I'll say we don't know this for sure, but we have some fairly good evidence that Adris is working with the people who want to release you know who.
Then what the hell was the thing that attacked us? And why would it hurt him?
That's an excellent question. All I know about that is it was under Identiguard. It attacked a bunch of guards there.
Aye.
If he's really involved, I can make him talk.
Well, we don't. I mean, I'm with you. After seeing this, I'm with you, but we don't know for sure yet. And frankly, I don't like how we're kind of getting led around by the nose here. And I'd like to be more certain before we make any drastic choices.
Was anyone with him when he was attacked?
He was out having dinner with Lyra and Tira. They took a table outside of the Spirit. It was a nice night.
Are they okay?
Tira got her leg burned a bit, but she's okay. Lyra fought the damn thing.
Really?
Well, she said she blocked it once. Damn near threw her through a window.
Okay. I definitely want to talk to her about that.
We didn't even see it coming. It just tore through the whole fucking town.
If Adris didn't send it, I have no idea why it's here. Why it came here. And honestly, I don't know why Adris would sick it on the town either. I mean, if he just wanted to go after the old Rite, he could probably convince you to be alone in a room with him and stab you when you weren't expecting it.
That's not the Aegis I remember.
We don't know. I kind of briefly relay what the Elf King told us about him and Hollowell.
Holy shit, baby! You met Tae'nel?
Yeah, I'm sorry we weren't here to help defend the town, but we've been busy.
Right.
He's honestly kind of nicer than I thought he would be. Proud guy, but
Well, we should keep an eye on Atris then.
definitely. I don't know what he's capable of, and we can't let him get away.
Do you know where they are now? Aegis and Lyra and Tira, I mean?
Their spirit, I'm almost certain. I was there this morning and they were dressing his wounds.
I'm off to there then.
Same.
I'm sorry.
I can't leave. We lost a couple of the guards again.
Joe, you stay here. I'll let everyone know. I'll send someone back with news.
Okay.
Crucible's not going to be able to hire anybody this time. There's a bunch of folk talking about leaving. I think the town's gone.
You can't let that happen.
I don't blame them. 2 attacks in a month.
We need guards that are actual guards, not farm boys that just learned how to pick up a sword.
I'll put together a missive for the capital. They have to send someone. They have to.
Would you be against the idea of mercenaries?
Bars. Is this a bad time to mention the oncoming orc apocalypse?
I was thinking the same thing.
Hopefully that won't be an issue. They gave us a month. Worry about that in a month.
Right.
We can't trust mercs, but we don't really have the coin. But we can try. You got anybody in mind?
Couple ideas. Nothing solid.
Okay.
We've made some friends.
Good. We'll call on them then. Cut to Duncan and Ori basically walk in at the same time with Tira. Back into that room with you guys.
Tira, what's your mom? Is she all right?
She's upstairs. This
Are
stuff's...
you all right?
Hell no.
You got burned.
Yeah, my leg's fine. It's not healing.
Sounds like... Is anything healing?
What could stop magic from healing you, Duncan? I don't get it.
Magic's not healing. That ain't good at all. Where's Idris? Where is he?
upstairs in our place.
I turn and head there quickly.
Bagby and Crucible. Adris's eyes are fluttering just a little bit as you hear everybody else starting to pound up the stairs. He opens his eyes.
Thanks, Lord.
Morning.
Is this before I've started trying to treat the burns and cuts?
No. Yeah, you're yes. Yes, because you just showed up. Sorry. Yes. Hello. Hey, Lyra. Don't move. You got real fucked up, man. Who's all your friends? Thank you very much for watching. Have an excellent evening, everybody.
He said that. Adria said that?
Yeah.
Yep. Adris is either
He was
doesn't
possessed.
him or he's faking it. One of the two. I'm kind of excited.
I'm a stinker. Tomorrow is the last episode of Cyberpunk.
Dun, 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 dun.
Show up for that.
Dun.
They're doing an
I will
epic
watch it.
raid. They're doing an epic raid on Project Alpha to defeat the unfortunate cyber consciousness that formerly was Elena.
The evil Elena AI.
I think I'll stay home.
And then Sunday.
I don't really need anything.
Well,
Well,
Monkey shaved his mustache for this shit. So we're
Look
going.
at- I love that thing. I love the Photoshop monkey nose stash. It's so good. And then Sunday we have we're on episode 8 of A Distant Star, and they just met a robot dude. So that's fun and too. Thank you very much, everybody.
Good times. Thanks
Have
for
a good
coming,
night.
everybody. See you guys later.
Yeah, well, good one.